2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Nerd Shit Live. I'm your motherfucking host, Pat.
That was aggressive.
Motherfucker. You motherfucking host.
He walked back on it. You're like, oh, I don't know if I should do that.
With my co-host, Dan Kilkenny, Nick McFly, and Mike Burke. What?
Wait, what's my name?
We just got it. What is? I said Dan Kilkenny, did I not?
I heard Nick.
No, Nick McFly comes after you.
I thought I saw Nick's face too.
No,
I just had. I guess I had the stream ready to play in Discord, and it was just the theme song was blasting, and I was like, "Where is this coming from?"
Oh, good for you.
Get him in early.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
get
really
him.
get him in.
Dropped in.
Get him now over. You know, I spent
Introducing
an
new
hour
props.
making these. I might as well use them. You know.
In a few minutes, bitch.
But
Pat, when are we actually gonna get into the meat of the show?
sooner or later. One of
No,
these
that's when you hit
episodes.
in a minute.
One of
bitch.
these. Oh, in a minute. Wait, I'm sorry. Say it again.
No.
In a few minutes, bitch.
What's another one?
Tear me apart, Lisa.
Okay, there we go. All right, so we got some news for the week, boys. Does that make you happy? Does that make you smile?
I love you.
I would say the news makes me more happy than the main topic. this
Oh,
week.
okay. Man, this is
Little spoiler.
I
alert there.
don't know what I expected. Like when I said, "Hey, this will at least be a good time," and at least from you guys, rather, I figured you guys would at least like it on the surface. But the energy that you're coming into this with right now is totally not cool.
I was.
I can tell you. I can just tell you. I didn't expect 2.5 hours. That
That's
I
true,
didn't
yeah.
expect. I was not ready for all of that.
I will say this: 2.5 hours felt longer than 4.
Damn right it did.
That's one.
That's
That's a good way to
debatable.
put it.
Okay.
That's debatable.
What don't you fucking understand?
I don't think you understand.
Okay.
Pat's only gonna communicate through drops in Disney. He's not.
Christian Bale drops.
No, shut the fuck up, Bruce.
All right. So first up, we have news this week. New Batman animated series. Everyone, are you? God. All right. Hold on. See,
What?
this is why we need an actual pad.
A pad.
There we go. Yay! All right. Jesus Christ.
That was too loud.
Hello?
I didn't mix.
Can we
this-
get a more muted audience next time?
We need a less
Yeah.
enthused audience. Let's get the audience from Saturday Night Live then, you know?
Oh, shit.
Shots fired. Come at us, Lorne.
Take that, you piece of shit.
Pat's aggressively
really
looking
don't
for
like
a
that.
drop.
Yes, I am. All right. Enough
New
with all these drops. We have a new Batman show. It's coming to us from the minds of Bruce Timm, who is a veteran of Batman the Animated Series, which is all thing because we all love that show. That's the Batman show we all grew up on.
That's
Um,
old.
100%.
Matt Reeves, which is awesome. He's the director of the new movie. He's also producing the new Gotham show that's starring Jim Gordon and God, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Nick.
JJ
Nick. Oh, there he is. Yeah, JJ.
Bip bop, man.
Yeah, Nick, are you not looking forward to that?
So, I'm excited for it to kind of exist in the same universe as like the old school Batman animated series, but I'm worried because like the Bruce Timm, he's an animator, right? He's not a writer.
He's the guy. He created Batman the Animated Series with Paul Dini.
But isn't he? He's the artist. He's not like writer. So that to me, that is scary to me. That it's now J.J. Abrams is behind the wheel of the story.
Are you gonna walk in there?
That scares me.
Are you gonna walk in there?
Bruce Timm is a writer. I think like throughout the whole process of it, I don't know if he was like a predominant writer for it, but I think just like through the continued ideation and development of the universe, he contributed for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't call him a writer like that.
Nick, are you gonna walk on set and find J.J. Abrams and be like,
I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass.
If I have to, I will.
Like the clip of the guy on the plane who's like, I want to shake your hand. No, let me shake your hand.
okay.
It's just massively
All right.
aggressive.
Well, I'll just give you my take real quick. I don't hate J.J. Abrams as much as the internet turned on him after Rise of Skywalker, and I don't hate him.
I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah, but also like he wasn't working. I mean, look, we don't need to get into that discussion, but I don't think that J.J. Abrams deserves all the hate that he gets. He did do a really cool run of Spider-Man where like him and his son wrote a Spider-Man comic that, once again, like fundamentally changed the character, and like it was more about his son like a bunch of years later. And like I said, I liked his take on Spider-Man. I would very much like to see his take on Batman. But if Matt Reeves has anything to say about it, it's going to be perfect because everything Matt Reeves does is good.
Yeah, Abrams said that he's describing this as the series will be thrilling, cinematic, and evocative of Batman's noir
Good for you.
roots, while diving deeper into the psychology of these iconic characters. So it's gonna be like good Batman. Like
I hope
we're getting
it's good
Batman.
It better
And
be.
I hope it's like the same, like the animation style where everything was done on like a black canvas.
Yeah.
Like I hope it's like that dark grittiness that they did in the animated series.
I forget
And I kind of.
No, you keep going. I know what you're gonna say, but keep going.
Oh no! I what I am wondering is like, what is it? Is it gonna take place in like the same like era of like that 1940s neo noir, or is it gonna be more of like a modern day noir?
Well,
They're
was
gonna
it?
do like a new take on
I
that?
can't tell if that show takes place in the day that it's written, like the 90s, or it takes place in the 1950s. Like,
Well,
And I think that's on purpose.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
think that's the
similar to,
style,
like,
yeah.
Incredibles. Like
Yeah,
the Incredibles was
exactly.
kind of like that too. Yeah, where it's like I don't know if this is now or 1935.
I don't want it to
But
exist.
I hope it's ambiguous, just like the animated series.
I don't want it to exist in the same universe as the
in
animated
case
series.
it's bad.
Yeah, in case it's bad. But also, I feel like when you have a new opportunity that's so far away from what you've already previously done and established and already proven yourself with, I don't think it's necessary to go back to that. Like, it's cool that they have the same characters, but when you have a new universe, you establish all of these new characters, you establish these new rules, these new ideas that you can explore, and I kind of feel like Batman the Animated Series ended up being so much more successful than they thought. All of DC animated like rides off of that art style, off of those character arcs, based like those voice actors too. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like, keep the tone and the storytelling the same, but change up the vibe, change up the look, set it in its own universe. That's what I would like to see. And like I said, Matt Reeves is at the helm, and Matt Reeves has done nothing I've hated, so I'm with it.
Yeah.
I think with these three, I think with these three people being like, the type of storytellers they are, collectively coming together with it, like I can't imagine that they're just gonna rehash like older things. Like I'm pretty sure it's gonna be relatively like new content or new like interactions and relationships and everything.
I hope they pull from New 52. I hope they pull from some newer stuff.
That would be cool.
Just like J.J. Abrams did a bang-up job on Star Trek.
Okay, all right, I see. All right,
All right,
moving
all
on. All right, so
all right.
Nintendo,
Well, Nick, there's
Switch.
people to keep him in line.
Nintendo-
There are Batman veterans
Give me a
to keep
fucking
him in
answer.
line.
There better be.
No! Don't shut me up.
Although Nick
Nintendo
apparently
Switch outsold Xbox Series X and PS5 in Q1 of 2021. Everybody give it up for Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
I mean, everybody here has a Switch besides Nick, right?
I technically don't. I mean, there's a Switch in my household that is not mine, but I mean, technically, yeah.
Let's be honest though,
I got it
Danny.
right
Once you're moved out, you're gonna get your own.
Maybe.
The weddings are expensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my constant excuse. Weddings are expensive. But
I have two in my house, so.
Not.
But either way, it all makes sense. This is not shocking to anyone. Nintendo.
Well,
no, go ahead, Nick.
I have a theory, and I want to see if you guys agree. The way I see it is, everybody got into gaming in 2020, right? Everybody or got back into gaming. You know, like we might not have had the time that we used to as kids, and now we're at home all the time. And anybody who's serious about gaming, they're buying PCs. They're not buying consoles. So the people who are getting into buying consoles are going to the Switch. They're not going for those legacy consoles.
I have a different theory.
All right, what do you got?
You just pissed off so many people who were just like, I bought a Switch and I'm a fucking gamer.
It's Nintendo.
And you also have a PC.
Yeah.
I mean, me. Like, yeah, I subscribe to that ideology, you fucking peasants. Come on, get on the fucking get on the cool car, okay? We're going places. But
Nintendo's approach to like gaming and everything, I think, dramatically has to do with this. And like, you know, so many kids were at home, so many families were at home, so many things where parents were like, I need to goddamn entertain this kid. I'm gonna buy a Switch. Let him play Mario. Let him play Animal Crossing. Let him play these like, you know, kid-friendly kind of things. Because what else are they gonna do? They can't do anything. And I think with Nintendo's like accessibility and openness and it being more of a family-driven, you know, system with the games like that, I think it was probably something more than that than like, you know, buying your kid Xbox and throwing them in a room and letting them play COD.
I definitely,
which we all
100%. I also think that it just has to do with the fact that the Switch, you can literally take off the console and just play it. Like if you look at a lot of kids, like kids nowadays don't watch as much TV. They're often watching on their phone or their tablet. And so while mom and dad are watching TV, they're able to sit in the same room, but they're literally able to do something completely different.
I feel like the other thing,
one of the big reasons.
The other thing that we're ignoring here is one, the Switch is much cheaper than the Xbox Series X, S, and PS5. But also on top of that, they can actually manufacture them. Like they can actually make them. You can get them if you need them. And on top of that, Jesus Christ. And on top of that, I think it's important to remember that it's the library of games too. The whole Resident Evil collection went to Switch within the last year. Dark Souls went to Switch within the last year. Don't forget about like Super Mario All-Stars went to Switch in the last year. So there are these great games, this great library of games that is attracting all types of players, especially for, you know, we've said it before, people who want to play on the go, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I also think, I mean, like, no one could get a PlayStation 5 and no one can still get a PlayStation 5. Switch?
Who are you talking about? I don't know who you're talking about right now.
What
you say those things.
But I mean,
what do you mean?
I remember in the beginning of quarantine, like literally when, you know, Animal Crossing dropped, everybody bought a Switch and just played Animal Crossing for 3 months.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because 4 months, okay, I have been following Doom Eternal. I was ready, right? Making posts about it on my Twitter, on my Instagram. Ooh, look at this new trailer. It looks great, right? Nobody said shit about Animal Crossing until 2 days before it came out when everybody started getting it. And was it Doom Eternal? Yeah. Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing came out on the same day. And I watched all the sales awards just slip away from Doom Eternal for March 2020. I was like, no, this was ours. And fucking all I heard was fucking about Blathers and my island and this. And now, like, where are you guys?
That's true. I legitimately have not played Animal Crossing since like June of last year.
I will say, I bought the new
every
Switch.
Single person.
Liz got the Animal Crossing Switch, and it has like the better battery in it. You know, whatever. I normally play docked mode, and I haven't touched my Switch since the Mario games came out. But either way, I mean, it's good hardware. It costs less. You can get it, and it's got a good library of games. I'm not surprised that it sold more.
And I mean, that's also why, I mean, primarily because you look at the latest PS5 and the Xbox X, not a whole lot has really come out for them. There's not a ton of incentive for a lot of people to go out and buy them. So it's not surprising that Nintendo is still outselling them.
I
also,
100%
everybody's
agree.
got Stadia. People love it. So why would they buy a console?
I agree with that, Danny, and I was just saying that the other day. I was like, I love my PS5. I love how it just sits and collects dust better than any other
24
piece of
new titles
hardware
coming out, Pat.
that I have on any on any shelf in the house. I will say this though. It is important to remember that with these new upgrades and these new like enhancement packages they're giving out, they're making PlayStation 4 games PS5 games. That's what they're doing. And I will say it is nice to have your games run in 4K 60 with ray tracing. Like the updated visuals make it all worth going back for another playthrough. So that is nice, and I am enjoying that aspect, plus having a physical 4K Blu-ray player inside of the PlayStation now is good, as opposed to the last one.
That is sweet.
That's super, super technical, though, and I think like you're someone who like really, really appreciates that. Like even to me, that would be a take it or leave it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm someone who who spent last year couples of probably $3,000 on video game.
I can't remember the last time that I watched a movie on any physical format.
I love it.
It's been years.
I love it. The experience is actually different. Like when I got the PS5, I would say the thing that changed the most is that like it's like there is no like grayscaling from downloading it and the file being ripped so many times. There's no pixelation, and on top of that, like the sound is so incredible because it's mixed properly. It's not condensed and compressed.
Does not have to preload.
Yeah,
like, it's just like
it's
reading.
really, there's no codec to read what the fuck is going on, like, and translate the information. So it is nice. Like it is definitely a preferred viewing experience.
Yeah,
but
I don't
it's
know
expensive.
What ray tracing is, which is possibly why people are going to Nintendo Switch, because they don't really give a shit about that.
Ray tracing is very nice.
Ray tracing is very nice.
Look up Minecraft with ray tracing, and it's an entirely different game.
It's just like, ray tracing. You can't get better textures, or if you will, they'll be incremental at this point. It's all about lighting and shadows now, and that's what ray tracing is: lighting and shadows.
So, Pat, I have a quick question before jumping through with this too. Like because we talked about PlayStation. What's the incentive to buy an Xbox? Is there any like
Game Pass?
It's kind of crazy how
it's Game Pass.
PS5 outsold Xbox by so much.
But it's Game Pass. It really is Game Pass, because Game Pass now has like they just took like 75 titles and made them all 120 FPS at 4K or like 4K 60 FPS. All like the game. If you have Game Pass for Xbox and your it's a shared account on all of your Xbox formats, you can cloud stream like games on your phone and play with an Xbox controller, or you can your data is cloud saved now, so it's across platforms. So you could play Destiny on your Xbox or on your PC, and it's the same save data. You can cross play with people who are on PC and who are on Xbox. Like I said, it's a totally different experience. And to be fair, as far as the internals are concerned, it is the better of the hardware as far as like what the actual machine has the capability to do. Plus, I think it looks better than like that fucking tumor that's on the side of the PS5 to add to make the 4K Blu-ray player.
Right, but if there's no games that I want to play, I don't care how nice it can play these games.
Dude, I agree. I'm just telling you, this is why people.
No, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just helping. I'm trying to like further justify. Like I get a PS5.
I'm with you, Mike. I
totally get the PS5 because if you look at the last X amount of games that have come out, like the games of the year and the massively critically rated games, they are all PS5 or PlayStation exclusives. All of them, absolutely.
I mean, PlayStation 5 sells me at God of War alone.
Right.
Like, I mean, God of War is enough to make me buy a PlayStation 5.
And
it's feel just that amazing of a game.
Yeah, the only thing that for me with Xbox was Halo. And, I had Halo 3
But it's also like, if you're putting all of your titles on a platform that I already own, then I'm not going to go buy the other hardware when my hardware is objectively better, And like, Yeah,
Was that
I know.
Jared Leto?
I know. It slipped in there. I don't know how you guys didn't hear it. But
He just keeps trying to get
he
on the
just keeps
show.
trying to get on the show. Yeah.
Friend of the show, Jared Leto.
Friend of the show, Jared
La-di-da.
Leto.
Like,
What was I gonna say? I mean, that whole game, like Microsoft defines Xbox as an experience now, not as hardware, which is bullshit, I say. But I mean, it corners two facets of the gaming market, PC and console.
That's very fair.
So I mean, it's whatever. Look, Game
but
Pass
I
is
think
good.
I think you're Pat. You make a lot of good points, but at the end of the day, I still don't think it makes up for the question that Mike asked. Why would I buy an Xbox?
Why would you buy an Xbox personally?
No. I mean, being like the royal I, like anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like for me, and I think a lot of other people, it has to be like massively content driven. And if I have a PC and I have Game Pass on the PC, I know it's not every single game, and it might not be the same types of this, that, and whatever.
There is only one fucking game that you cannot. There's only one game on Xbox Game Pass that's only on Xbox and not on PC as well. And I think you guys know what I'm going to say.
Mad.
New Vegas.
Mad.
It's the only game they keep from us. But that's because we're better than them.
And like that is like a slight reason why it's like maybe I'll get an Xbox.
Yeah, exactly.
But also
I was like $500 for like an 11-year-old game. Do I want to do that?
Which is very much in my personality. Like,
yeah.
Like,
Hey, buy this console for this old ass game.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Built a massive PC and is like, what pixel art games can I play?
Maybe what was that game you're playing? Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire, which is a flat, non-animated card game.
And I need that, and I need an Xbox Series X for that, baby.
Run that on my 2010 MacBook.
All right, so Twitch, did Twitch fuck up? What did Twitch?
No, Twitch did something right. Fine,
they did it. They did it right.
Really?
They did not fuck up.
Okay, all right. So obviously everyone's got their own opinion on the situation. Everyone's got a very different take. I can already tell. So, I guess some background just to start. All these Twitch streaming, all these pretty ladies, they had been streaming in their bikinis, showing their hoo-has.
There were no hoo-has.
There was no
hoo-ha on Twitch. But basically, yeah, they were streaming in bikinis because Twitch TOS defined that if you're wearing a bikini in the proper context, say like at the beach or a pool, for example, you know that's not against TOS. So, all these girls were like, all right, no problem. And they started streaming in front of hot tubs. And listen, there's a fine line between hot tubs and kiddie pools. And I feel like that's the line that that's what you have to address,
What I find hysterical is that there's so many of these women that they put hot tubs like in their bedrooms.
Yeah.
Like they're not like outside. They just put it in like a spare room in their house or in the corner of their bedroom.
Yeah, Danny,
and that's just
they're living in a fucking streamer house, okay? They only have one room to themselves.
And my other favorite thing is a lot of them are just like inflated pools and they don't put water in it. They just put like pillows or like blow up little toys and like blow up little pool toys in it. And then they're like, we're gonna tag it. But yeah, Twitch made a whole subcategory of it's like pools, hot tubs, and something else as they called it.
Beaches.
And beaches, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
My personal take on this.
I'm sorry, this is like McDonald's giving into the stoners, okay, and having breakfast all day. All right, get the
I think both. Yeah, you're right. They're both great decisions.
They're both incredible decisions. They're both great.
Get the fucking hot tubs off Twitch. Okay, this is bullshit.
No. The part of my brain that is like maliciously compliant and recognizes that kind of things loves this because they're like, okay, you want it in context? Bitch, I'm gonna put a pool in my bedroom. They're like, this is within your guidelines. Like, fuck with me and find out.
But no, I see no issue. I see no issue. And I think Twitch said it best, which we were talking about a couple of days ago. It's not our problem if you're found sexy by somebody.
Being sexy is not against their rules.
Yeah, no,
exactly. That's not against the term of service.
You're right. You're right.
So it's basically like IRL. It's just, hey, I'm here at the beach. I'm here in a hot tub. I'm here in a pool. I'm gonna stream and make some money off.
Forgive
Good
me
for these girls for making money off of this.
Forgive me for trying to make anything less sexy on Twitch, because we know that's what Twitch is known for. It's actually the sexiest place on the internet, So it only made sense for them to have a hot tub category,
I mean, at the end of the day, it's
in
like
between the Fortnite bros and the fucking Warzone chuds, the hot tub girls, they lay right in the center of it,
Pat's just constantly getting like drop shot by hot tub girls on like online games and is getting mad about
Stream
it.
sniped.
Are you just upset you haven't been hosted by a hot tub girl yet?
Oh, that would be so sick.
Actually, let's try and make that happen. That's our goal for the show.
It's true, yeah. I mean,
Get Pat hosted.
I do. In
get this ugly fuck out of here.
Pat, you got plenty of room for a hot tub right behind
You do have a lot of.
I was about to say, yeah.
You're right. I do. We could probably do this.
I got it. Look
Yeah.
at mine.
Nick's got a hot tub right there.
Yo, we could definitely
Look at
do a
Nick
hot
chilling-
tub.
chilling with
I
that
would
happy
not
couple.
be opposed to setting up a hot tub stream for sometime this summer. We can
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
I have the room and I'll have the equipment and it'll be right
I went
outside the
on the,
studio.
We can get the RGBs behind us.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We all accidentally
We can-
electrocute
if we
ourselves.
if okay, all right, hold on. If logistically all we would need to do is move the table and set up a boom mic, and there you go. Like that's there you go. That's your hot tub stream.
I would love us like just doing not just a hot tub stream, but doing a whole show where we're like debating A Quiet Place 2 or something like that.
That's what I'm
whatever
saying.
movie's coming out. While we're
That's
sitting in
exactly
a
what
hot
I'm
tub.
saying. It's like you're reading my mind. That's what I'm saying.
Rubber ducky float past as we're talking. Like
I get up and start yelling, splash in the water.
we have to pixelate your shorts.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, actually, I have like the
who's
clause
gonna be
about
the-
swimwear up right now, and Danny, just so you know, coverage must be fully opaque even when wet.
Ah, damn.
So let me ask you a question.
I always got a lot of print showing.
Who's gonna be the guy who doesn't take his shirt off when he goes in the pool?
I don't know. I think we're all. I think we're all pretty confident. So we're gonna have to have a guest on who's not.
Okay, yeah. We need someone with a white
Shirts,
T-shirt.
you guys are gonna have to fight to get me to put on shorts.
With a
Yeah.
About that.
Oh, good for you.
That's a big old hog you got
But
there.
all in all, I think this is great. However, I will say, obviously, I'm very pro this hot tub category. I think it's a great idea. But I will say, on one, just to play devil's advocate, I do understand that the age to be on Twitch, I believe, is 13.
Yep.
Which I could understand a lot of parents being upset with, their kids scrolling through the just chatting section, trying to find some of their favorite streamers and then seeing, scantily clad women in hot tubs.
I'm so sorry.
Or men. There are some men, which
I'm
is why
sorry,
I think it's great
Like-
to just throw it into another category, and that way it's just great. Make sure your kids just aren't in
Hold up,
this category.
Hold up.
Totally agree.
Danny, I'm sorry. The fact that people think that 13-year-old boys are going to Twitch to jerk off is absolutely hilarious.
I mean,
13-year-old
Pat,
boys
Pat,
who
I'm
play
here's the thing.
Fortnite and
I'm
who
gonna
have
say this.
iPhones know what Pornhub is. Okay,
Pat,
they do. They lie
Pat,
about their
Hold on.
age.
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna say I found some creative ways when I was a young man to go on URLs that were not suggestive at all, and Twitch is the perfect way to do that.
But dude,
I was
we
watching
didn't
Fortnite.
have screens that can bring us full video,
No, I
full color
understand.
video of
I-
people
but there's a
fucking.
whole-
You can
there is
do
a
that
whole-
now.
There is a whole category on Twitch that is specifically like family friendly content, and a lot of people
the
go to
Bush Hartman
Twitch.
channel.
If I had that when I was
for that
13,
stuff.
the calluses on my hand would shred my wiener off, okay?
Holy
like,
Christ.
it would be
Here's the
unstoppable.
thing. It's not so much that kids are going on here searching it out, which they very well could, and they still can. They still can just go there. It's the fact that there would be a kid who is not looking for that, who is going through the just chatting category to find whatever it is they're looking for, and then boom, that pops up.
Beautiful Amarath.
So wait, are we on Twitch's side or not? I forgot.
Yeah, I think we
I
are.
am on Twitch's side.
I'm on Twitch's side. I appreciate them.
I don't like
setting
what they
this
did to
category
that
aside.
chick. What they did to that Amarath, how they just demonetized her entire shit. I was like,
Well,
oh, okay, we're just gonna
don't
make an
fully
example out of
understand the
her.
story there,
Like,
so I don't know about
I followed up and I read a separate article about it, and basically, it was like an automated thing, and they reached out to her, and it was like we weren't targeting you because obviously she's a big presence on Twitch, so it's like they know what their top streamers are doing.
Yeah.
It was an automated thing, and they apologized and they remonetized her. So
thank God.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think it's important that they did this. I also kind of think it's like there again, and we talked about it earlier this week. There's a time and a place for everything, and it's like I kind of think it's a little bit shitty that like people are hopping on Twitch and essentially doing like a more conservative version of a cam show, but like every platform when it gets to a certain size will be open to certain things like this, so it is on them to monitor it, and I think they did it in a way that wasn't restrictive.
Oh yeah,
they
Twitch
did
porn,
say,
baby.
They did say the hot tub thing is not intended to be a permanent solution. It's just for now. They're going to reassess and figure out in the future. So we'll see what happens.
And it's a very good quick fix.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Doesn't
it's
hurt
a
anybody.
good band-aid on it for right now. But I do find it funny. They're like the streamers who are saying like this is stealing, views from other streams, and it's just like
no, it's
well,
not.
be better.
No, it's
that's
not.
Yeah,
it's not true. It's not
better.
even a be
That's
better
good.
thing. It's just they're competing in different categories. The girls who are in bikinis in hot tubs on Twitch are not competing for the same audience that is I need to watch this guy fucking own people in Warzone. It's just not the same.
Well, not even just Warzone, just like dudes who are just chatting, other streamers who are just chatting, in the just chatting
fair
segment.
enough.
It's just,
you're
you gotta
100%
be better.
right, Pat.
Yeah.
Competition breeds innovation. You got to think of a way to, get more streams. It's just that.
Right.
That's get more viewers.
The dude watching the Mario 64 speed runs isn't going to be like, oh, what is this over there? Like,
he knows what's over there. He
Although
just
maybe
he knows what's
into
over
it.
there. He just prefers
how many half A presses we can
Yeah,
fucking get in this Mario run.
He's just more interested in what's going on over here. Well, with that said,
No, shut the fuck up, Bruce.
we watched Army of the Dead, everyone. I'm not gonna clap because I don't feel that you guys are in for it, but
I got it.
we're gonna start off with non-spoilers. I hope this will help set the tone.
What the fuck are you doing?
Pretty much, right? Is that where we're at, non-spoiler wise?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So-
All right, let's get into spoilers.
Hold on. Because there are people that are enjoying this film, and
Yes.
I have to give the film credit where it's due, in my opinion. I think this did everything I was expecting it to do for like the first, I want to say like 65, 70%, and then everything after that was an absolute train wreck. I think it looks nice. I don't think it's overindulgent like some of other Zack Snyder movies.
That's all it was.
That's literally what it was.
That's what you thought it was? I thought this was night and day.
All right, Pat.
I do agree with you, Pat. I do agree.
Ooh, we're gonna have a good split
especially
on this.
like
I'm
the
excited for this
slow mo and
conversation.
stuff like that. There was not nearly as much of that as like say
Was there
Justice
any?
League. It has
there
some.
There was a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of.
You remember
slow-mo
the
shots
whole
of, like,
opening?
It has some.
Oh yeah, but I feel like that's a Zack Snyder opening montage. I just got the
I will
prologue.
say
That was it.
Yeah.
Pat, I do want to say that opening sequence, I was very excited. I was like, you got Richard Cheese playing in the background.
Yeah,
it was awesome. I was excited, and then immediately I started to drop off.
I was.
Which I will say, soundtrack amazing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
score and the choices for the music, the covers and everything, fantastic and fantastically set for a Las Vegas
I just
plot.
feel like the opening sequence did so much in the way of storytelling as far as Zack
Yeah.
Snyder is concerned.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, who made this fucking movie? I was like, I know what's going on. There's context, there's plot, there's character.
So
like
I was telling you guys before the show, I've started listening to a podcast called Script Apart. Anybody listening to the show, check that podcast out if you're into like the process behind writing movies. But actually, I listened to the story behind writing Zack Snyder's Watchmen. And
interesting.
So a cool little tidbit was that famous opening sequence that he did for Watchmen. That was not in the guy who wrote the script. He didn't write that. Zack Snyder put that in, and then the studio said, like, "What is this? It's confusing, and take it out." And Zack just told his production team, like, "Take it out of the script. I already know what I want. We'll just do it. Just cut it out of the script so they can't reject it. I'll just do it anyway." And I'm like,
nice.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude,
Baller move.
He's
Baller
like
move.
I feel like now, like, speaking of Zack Snyder, we talk about him a lot on the show just because he exists in this world a lot, and he's one of us that grew up. He's one of us that grew up to make these movies. You know what
He's
I mean?
us if you gave us too much power.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I love
money.
300. I think Watchmen's good. I like what's the other one that he did?
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. That's right. I like Dawn of the Dead. He's had hit and misses. I came away from Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut, feeling better. Like, I liked that movie now. And this, I kind of felt like he got to let loose and he didn't like totally fuck it up. You know what I mean?
That's a great way to put it. I do feel it was letting loose. It's the kind of way, it like not in an unhinged way. It did feel gratuitous in a lot of different ways, but I like your take on it with this is a Zack Snyder letting loose.
He did confirm that with like a couple months ago. Somebody asked him about like Army of the Dead while he was doing like Justice League press. And they asked him, like, did you have any studio interference? And he was straight up just like, yeah, no, Netflix gave me the money and was like, go crazy. And
I mean, that's classic.
Netflix doesn't interfere. They just don't.
Which they shouldn't, because
they write you the check and then that's that, which is good, but then sometimes it turns out bad.
The main takeaway that I wanted to put down for this was, it seems like it's the same like J.J. Abrams disease, where it's like all style and almost no substance whatsoever. Yes. And it's just like there was nothing to this movie.
But I kind of agree for some characters, but not all. And I feel like also the performances help there. Like, I thought Dave Bautista was like actually great.
Good.
I thought he was. I was like, wow, he has potential to be leading man material. No wonder why he wants to leave Marvel. He wants to do more interesting characters. And he said this character, the reason why he did this over Suicide Squad was because there was more range in this character, and he wanted to explore that range. And I think he did for the most part. I mean, that the scenes. I don't gotta tell you, not spoil it, but you know what scene I'm talking about. I thought that, like, he conveyed those emotions very well. I was convinced.
There's real depth to that character.
Yeah.
However,
but the dialogue didn't do him any favors.
Thank you.
No, it wasn't great.
The dialogue was not awesome.
All of the dialogue and all of it was like, very heavy-handed and very like
surface.
It was surface level and like almost like it was not spoon feeding you while simultaneously spoon feeding me is how I kind of took it. Like they just talked about one single thing for like 2 or 3 lines or whatever, and that was it. Like that was just you're spiking the football and you're like, okay, that's it.
Yeah,
let's move
pretty
on.
much. And you know what?
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah. On that point, Burke, going back to him letting loose, right? He's actually the credited cinematographer for this film too. He wrote, directed, and did the fucking camera work. Like picked the shots, lit everything. Okay, so this is totally his work. Fun fact, the Tig Notaro part, she was added in digitally afterwards. They shot everything on green screen. They like made her do the same movements as the previous actor did, and they just realigned her with everything. Like, I thought that was done seamlessly. I was like, there's no better team to do special effects than Zack Snyder's team. They're just the best. And God, all of those reshoots cost less money than it did to create and fully render out the CGI tiger.
Oh, I mean, that was one of the best parts of this.
Yeah,
whole
I agree.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Loved it.
I love zombie tigers. Zombie animals are the best zombies.
Yeah.
in
And the
my
They're
fact that it
opinion.
was
cool, dude.
They're
are
so cool.
So actually, on the topic of zombies, without spoiling anything, what'd you guys think of the zombies? I thought that was a pretty fresh take on zombie lore. I liked that.
It was I Am Legend. They did I Am Legend.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't do it.
Kind
So
of.
I'm pretty strict when it comes. I love zombies, and I'm pretty strict. I like Romero zombies, slow. The reason they're in opposing force is because there's a lot of them, not because they're powerful. That didn't really bother me as much in this, but the fact that they had a society and they had thought, like that kind of bothered me a bit. I don't care. I didn't care so much as they were strong and fast, but they were building a society. I didn't like that.
We live in
I just hate how they suddenly became a new species of people rather than just infected people. They all of a sudden, like, vocal cords changed. All of a sudden, they all understood this hierarchy as well, like, innately as soon as they were bitten
No,
and infected.
I get that. I think
get that.
Makes a lot
I
of
feel
sense.
like the whole like the walling off the city and everything gave the context to that like something
I
more
just,
sinister was going on.
Yeah, I like it does make it like that's why they didn't just like spread out like continually. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's Las Vegas and
they
there's nothing
explained
around
that.
it.
They explained that in the plot. They said that it's not their prison, it's their kingdom. I was like, "Oh shit."
Right. But I thought that was
yeah,
cool
but like
because it was
all of
going
a
to
sudden they
concept.
all just there's just different types of. There's the shamblers. There's
Well,
the
they-
runners.
well,
there's
no,
the
no,
alphas, and I
no,
understood
no.
they-
I think
they
you have that.
explained
I think
They
you have
did
that
explain
confused.
I thought it was fucking stupid.
I think
That's
you have
all I'm
that.
saying.
I think you have that confused though, because Dave Bautista's character says shamblers, zombies, doesn't matter what you call them. There's two different types. There's the ones that get bit by the alphas, and they're the fast, strong ones that can think. And when they bite someone else, they turn into like the slow type. There's like the alphas, and then there's the regulars. There's not like that's it. There's only two different type, pretty much.
Yeah, but it's like I don't care if you got different you got spitters, you got jumpers, you got this, that, and the other thing.
You got spitters, you got quitters, you got.
Why do you have like a society, and why were they taking prisoners and like all that? It's like, why did like are we into spoiler territory at this point?
The whole concept with the queen and what's going on with her plot line, I thought. All right.
We're getting there. So let's just say this real quick. All right, so we're gonna go into spoilers. However, just if you like Zack Snyder, just watch it. You're gonna watch it anyway. That's where I'm at with it. Everybody else, I guess, feels the same way.
If you want to be disappointed by Zack Snyder again, go for it.
If you want to be
Here's the
disappointed.
thing. If they shaved off if they shaved off a half hour, tightened up the plot a little bit, tightened up the character dynamics, a little bit more gore leaning into that action, I would have been 100% sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I would agree with that.
Zach, stop writing movies. Just do what you're good at. Visuals.
Visuals.
Just
Leave the
direct
writing
it.
to better people.
Spoiler.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna do spoilers. So I'll start off and I'll just say this: the part where that lady gets her fucking neck twisted all around
Yup.
is the exact scene where this movie started to tank
Mike.
for me.
Mike, you're not talking about. You're talking about like the love interest character.
Yeah.
Who, for the record, I don't know anybody's names. It was just proof
Nope.
of bad writing. 'cause
Yes.
I don't care about
I have
it.
no idea.
Yeah.
who
Oh, when the
anybody
chick
was.
gets her neck snapped
Yes.
towards
Yeah.
the end?
Yeah. At that point, I was just like, okay, so we're gonna take a shit on everything that we built up this far, huh?
All right.
Like-
So we're abandoning
hold on,
this
hold on.
character development.
Yeah.
All right.
What character development?
Can we
Well,
all
that's
just
the
say?
thing.
Can
There
we
was no
all just
chance
say?
for it.
Where did you stop caring? So Pat, that's where you stopped caring.
Yeah, right
Well,
around there.
Mike, where did you stop caring?
Dude, I think I stopped caring when he's having the conversation. Well, actually, Kate's whole like plot device of why she wants to come in, and then you have a team of massively jacked, experienced people who are randomly good at what they're doing, even though in the whole beginning of the show it's like, I'm just a mechanic, and I'm saying like, anyway, when he's on the roof with Kate and he's talking to her and she's like, that's not why I didn't like want to spend time with you, this is why I don't think you're that, and then he's just like, well, that sucks.
Well, you talking about they're fixing like the generators.
Yeah, when they're popping the generator, that 3 gallons of gas powers an entire casino and millions of slot machines. Let's not go into that, but
I like logic flaws. Are not a problem for me. Danny, where did you stop caring?
I don't think I cared ever. I don't think I gave a shit about this movie from the moment I started it. I was like, as soon as it started, and it just started going in on this whole Zack Snyder, which I will say, that opening sequence, I would rather see a movie about that than the shitty plot that we got.
Yeah,
I want that with them going in and saving people, bringing people out, and just just fucking people up. I would rather that.
Developing into like, you know, grizzled people who are like losing. Yeah, that whole opening sequence was so
So I guess I will say I tuned out as soon as Dave Bautista was flipping burgers.
Okay, that's what I want to talk about. How funny was it to see him dressed up like a fucking fry cook,
like a line
fucking jacked sous chef in the back of a fucking burger joint?
No one is skipping out on the bill with him.
That's the most hysterical thing for me. Like when you have these characters who are like, you know, brawny, massive people, and it's like they're just working at like a desk or something, like completely, like the Incredibles.
Yeah, Mr. Incredible.
Like that is such like a hysterical thing. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're flipping burgers and you're also eating 800 grams of protein a day, like to maintain yourself.
I will say this:
got all those burgers.
I liked the setup for the plot. I like the whole that they're like
that was cool. Yeah,
they're carrying an alien weapon, and I didn't like the fact that a blowjob set all these.
And the military,
I thought that was fun.
The military has no defenses against road ahead.
Yeah.
I think that was the entire, like, you know, how
fellatio was the downfall of Las Vegas. It was
really
one blowjob too many in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Well, so
that's just a PSA. No roadhead.
The blowjob.
Yeah.
That's why it's illegal.
The blowjob that brought us to the Stone Age.
I think the hard line where I was like, fuck this movie was probably right after that first encounter when they got into Vegas, after they met the tiger. After that, I hated it. But I think like that roadhead scene, it was so funny. I loved that. And then beyond that, the intro sequence was like just dragged, and setting up the team was just like I didn't care.
It did a whole like Ocean's 11 thing.
You guys, you know what I was expecting? I was expecting kind of like, and this is probably my fault, is that the way this movie was marketed was just like, hey, like we're just here to have a good time, kill zombies, and like have some fun characters. And I kind of feel like that's where it started out. Like it started out there.
Yeah.
And then after they got in the city, they added all of these subplots and all of this drama. And it's just like, no, I want Guardians of the Galaxy with zombies right now. This is not what I want. And
10%.
Even
more depth.
Even the subplots, like I didn't think were awful, especially because they, you know, they focused on the action so much. But then I just kind of feel like, what happened to the good time vibe where it's like, we're just going to go in and fuck up some zombies, steal some money, and get out of here and be rich? Then it's people are dying, getting their head twisted around. Like, you know, everyone dies. I didn't like the fucking, like how they gave
love interest
Batista all this fucking depth, and then it murdered.
She became a love interest. She was killed.
Yeah, it was just
they kind of a little bit set it up when he first went to her, but like not enough where I knew. It was like, okay, there's some history, but not like this is setting up for them to fall back in love. Like,
yeah, no, but to Pat's point, 100%, it was like there's a bunch of subplots that everybody had one sentence on that were so shallow. Like you could have really developed like a cool like. You know, he doesn't want to be with this kind of woman because he's still regretting killing his wife, and that messed up the whole relationship with his daughter. Like, you could have had an in-depth character development and plot between the two of them, as opposed to Dave Bautista saying, "Oh, I thought I fucked this up a long time ago."
I thought
that's why
that's why I never try to get back in touch with you.
Yeah, like
I thought his grief worked, but I thought her anger didn't. I was like, that's kind of unjustified because it's either like he stabbed his wife. By the way, that's the woman he loves. Like he stabbed her in the fucking head.
He had to stab her.
to save the both of you, and you're just. And she was like, I was mad at you because you just weren't around. You disappeared. It's like, yeah, did you hear when I said I had to stab the woman I loved in the head? And then the person I tried to save when I did that said I was a dick for doing that. So, you know, that fucks me up. That's why I'm flipping burgers.
I thought it was fine.
Like,
Yeah, however, that is then divine justice sort of at the end, where she then has to kill him, and now it's like,
but
great,
how,
now you're gonna know what it
but
feels
how
like.
is it divine justice? Because like he didn't transgress her. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
the thing. Like,
but that's her turning point.
You know,
that was the point where like you could have, again, the exact same point I'm making. It's like you could have really like pulled on the heartstrings and really went into a character development plot with that. But instead she's like, I don't blame you for killing Mom. And then she has to, at the end, you know, like almost confront if she really blamed him for killing the mom, and then she has to do the same kind of thing. It's like, you know, a big twist of fate. Like you could have really, really done that much more like heart-wrenchingly, and I thought it was just like,
yeah. And
It was,
you know,
it was poorly done.
on that note, Burke, I wouldn't have minded these subplots so much. It's just that they were fucking boring. Like it was one of the most interesting subplots they set up was the whole weapon of mass destruction thing. And I was like, oh, of course. Why would yes, government conspiracy. Let's do it.
right?
Cool. They set up this part where they switch out the head with the they take the head and then they switch out the head
they put a mannequin head on her body.
Yeah. They switch out the fucking cash machine for it, the money counter.
Right.
And then all that ends up happening is just he checks on the head and it's not there. Like, I wish they would have did that sleight of hand change without the audience knowing and then built up that tension until it gets to a critical part in the story. Like, you know what I mean? Like that turning point where it's like, oh, they never had the fucking head, you know, that type of thing.
Granted,
I don't know.
when she switched out the machine,
this is,
I had no idea what she was even replacing it with. I completely forgot about the head.
Yeah,
I want to point out that there are many instances in this movies of setup and no payoff.
Nothing.
That the fucking saw, that big ass saw, that got used one time, but it wasn't like they were like it was a big, huge. Hey, don't ever touch my fucking saw.
Right. And in the opening sequence, we're seeing
when he
fucking shit up. It was awesome.
I hope you're gonna say the one that I'm thinking of.
These zombies are hot in the sun. You don't want to see them when it rains.
Yes, dude. That was the biggest letdown of the entire movie for me. I was like, oh, look at all these dead zombies that have already dried out, and it's like, careful, when it rains, they come back to life. I would have loved to see like here's the boss after you fight, like kill him, and here's his second form, stronger, but zombies with rain while they're escaping.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
I forget. I had some other examples, but I just want to point out that there's many times where they set something up for no. Do you guys see the cyborg zombie?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Ask you.
Okay.
What the fuck am I looking
All right.
at?
So there's a couple times
in the casino.
Right, but there's a couple times where the guy who looks like Dylan Dennis shot what the fuck? He shot a couple zombies in the hallway, and I saw sparks fly out of it.
He blew sparks.
Lights.
And at the very end, when they shoot the Zeus zombie, he does that too.
And I said to Liz, I was like, "Why are they cyborgs?" And she was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Am I too fucking stoned right now? Like, what's going on?"
Like, literally, was that was my reaction. Was like,
also,
what the fuck just happened?
Let's talk about the alpha guy. Good thing that he only faces his enemies, so he can't get shot in the forehead, because his mask only protected this of his face. Like, all you had to do was someone come from behind with a gun, and it was over.
Or just shoot him in the mouth. But or let's talk about the headshots in this
every single
movie.
person.
All of a sudden, everyone is a marksman. All of a sudden, and
I
just
feel like
headshot.
I'm gonna say, it's a movie. There has to be some suspension of disbelief. It just the problem for me is there was only headshots when the script needed there to be headshots, and then every other time it was body shots.
I kind of feel like that's every zombie movie I see though now.
Yeah,
like,
listen,
that's the
it's
thing.
a zombie
the zombie,
movie.
The brain, kill the brain.
It's a zombie movie. You need people to be able to shoot them in the head, but it's like at least make it consistent.
Yeah, and to be fair, when I know what scene I think you're picturing is when they're on the casino floor and Dave Bautista turns around at one point and just fucking and like all their heads pop. Now here's the deal.
I believe Dave Bautista hit headshot.
I believe Dave Bautista can hit headshot.
But Kate, who never fired a gun,
has a 10 clip handgun.
You know what? Actually, the whole Kate shooting headshots, I equate that to the same logic that I equate Captain America's Shield. If it was in Captain America's Shield, if it was a worse movie, I would care more about the physics of it. If this was a better movie and Kate was shooting zombies in the head, I wouldn't question it. But the fact that they didn't get me to that point of believability or like sink me into the story made me feel that way. But my point was just, listen, I've played Left 4 Dead, all right, motherfuckers. I hit some headshots and some zombies, all right? So it ain't that hard. That's what I'm saying.
I would have survived.
You know?
I would.
Just a chicken.
No, but I mean, like the thing is that the only like it would have also
for you.
it would have made more sense again if like the main zombie dude was wearing the head thing, and only him, and like because that's how you like super kill the zombie, that's you one shot him. But like if you were just like body shots work with the rest of them, you're fighting a horde of zombies. Like you're gonna just spray down body shots most of the time anyway. Would be fine to kill them.
What'd you guys think of the hibernation sequence when they're going through? I thought that was cool.
I have a note here that says hibernating equals lack of imagination.
Really?
Wait, what was the hibernating
I thought that was like, I've never seen a zombie sequence like that before in my life.
Rather than constructing a scene that was suspenseful and having actors do, like, oh, there's a zombie hunting and sniffing around, and like think about the scene in Jurassic Park when the kids are in the kitchen and the pan falls down, and it's like that's tense and suspenseful. In this one, you're supposed to feel that, but just zombies standing around and like they're creeping through like Scooby-Doo, got to be up on your tippy toes. It's like they didn't put any artistry into it. It's just what you were supposed to feel right now.
They're just dancing around like.
I did like the concept of
it. Yes.
The concept of being like, oh, they're hibernating. But yeah, to Nick's point, I feel a lot of this movie, I was like, I didn't feel suspense. I didn't feel that everybody could like die at any time. Mm-hmm. And I almost wanted like a Quentin Tarantino vibe where it was like, I want people dying off left and right, and I want like in that way.
Yeah, actually, one thing before we talk about the ending, because I do want to talk about the ending, because I feel like that's where most of the shit went wrong. Is one sequence where that guy, first of all, let's just talk about, I love how when they show up to the car meet, or not the car meet, the meet for the job, and he brings his friend along and he finds out he's like, bro, I didn't know it's a zombie. Fuck this. I'm out. And I was literally like, that's the smartest guy in the room right now. You know that, right?
So funny. Like, I forgot about that.
So there was that. But then his friend, she still goes on the zombie hunting trip. And when she dies, right? The only reason that she was gonna die in that moment was because she was mean to the one dude who's there to like babysit them.
Babysit to betray them.
Yeah.
Betray them.
And then
all babysitters betray.
And
Danny, you want to talk about
Danny was hurt as a child.
My bedtime is not 8:30.
She never came back.
Damn it.
I'm gonna fucking kick your
play
fucking
Mario
ass.
And then
Mom said I can play video games.
What don't you fucking understand?
I can play video games.
God damn it.
So there was but yeah, when she dies in the hibernating scene, like I thought she got eaten, and then all of a sudden she like flies out the window with like 4 zombies on her, right? And I was like, okay, cool, get up. Like,
get up.
All right, get up.
Get up.
And now she's laying on the ground shooting. It's like, all right, well, you could just get up and just run past them and then turn around and shoot them, and it wouldn't be a problem. And like, what about the 7 or 8 other people also all have guns, and that could go over and pick you up?
And then
like
her one
can just headshot the shit out of all of them.
Her friend took 2 shots and then was like, "Oh, well, I tried."
Yeah, Michael baited her with the gas tank.
No headshots in that scene. Nobody was pulling off headshots there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everyone's trembling as they're trying to shoot.
Yeah. So really, some really stupid shit, pretty much. But yeah, okay. Let's talk about the ending.
Well, before we get to the ending, I just want to say this: I think the best character in the whole damn movie, Dieter.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Safe character.
He was
surely there.
He was great.
Comedic relief.
They definitely wrote that role for Flula Borg, and he's busy off doing Suicide Squad, so they couldn't get him for this.
So yeah, the ending.
I do think the relationship between him and I can't remember the guy with the saw I think their relationship was the only one with real chemistry. Their small scenes together actually had chemistry.
Well, that was my point. It was like, okay, so that's what I'm looking for. The main role and his supporting crew, they all have like characters and an arc. And now it's like you have these other supporting players who, you know, they are caricatures. I wouldn't call them characters. And they play off of each other. That's the whole point of the supporting cast. And I felt like the two of them got that right. Everybody else, though, was severely underplayed, besides for Dave Bautista's character, which had like, here's all the characterization. I can't give it to anybody else. Like, this is all for you.
They needed to pick a lane. Did we talk about the baby?
Oh, yeah, we should talk about that.
Wait, what?
The fetus? Remember that blue fetus?
Oh, right.
So the whole thing when the alpha is like first meeting, like, you know, the queen.
What was the deal with the blue turned to red? Is that just because it was blue blood? Now it's in the oxygen, so it's red now.
I don't think so. I think it has to do with like, the weird cyborgy thing again that we're continually seeing, that there's random blue shiny shimmery avatar splatter.
Give me a fucking answer.
Yeah, give us an answer.
One thing oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I understand, like, that is the entire.
Don't shut me up.
Go ahead, Danny.
That's the entire, you know, purpose of why the alpha is mad, and, you know, wants to get revenge. But like, that's
that's why you have a monster movie, is because the zombie doesn't need a motivation. He just eats people. That's his thing.
He's a zombie. He wants brains. He doesn't need to mourn the loss of his dead wife and his dead child.
I loved when he bit those dudes. Okay, first of all, the opening scene, I like how it looks, but the execution when they're like, "Yeah, tell everyone to get the fuck out of there," and they're still moving to, "Yeah, why?" Okay. Yeah. And then like, I love when it's like,
probably wrap it up.
Yeah, we gotta
get out of here. Don't get in the Humvee. Let's go run in that field.
Yeah. Don't get in the Humvee with the door open right there, keys in the ignition.
His hand was on the door. He was like, "Get out! Come on, let's go."
And the best was, as they got out of the, I was like, why aren't they just driving away? There's nothing wrong with their car. But I do love, after the whole the squad gets massacred and everything, I fucking love when the one guy who gets bit sits up and he looks and he goes, "Meh," and like makes that noise, and it doesn't look like he gives any ever. He's like, "Ah!"
Which I will say, when I saw that guy's jaw get ripped off, I was watching that and thought, "Oh shit, I wasn't prepared for this level of gore." I was then bracing myself, like, "Oh, this is gonna be something. This is gonna be a gory bloodfest."
Gory.
There was quite a bit of gore. With I think like the people getting blasted, like with like the, you know, the 50 cals in their bodies, like getting them massively destroyed.
Yeah. But I will say that that jaw getting ripped off set a tone that then the rest of the movie for me did not meet.
I completely agree.
I want to make one quick comment actually about the hierarchy of the zombies. I'm not sure which of you guys have seen Game of Thrones, but did anyone realize that the hierarchy? Oh, okay, the hierarchy is literally the White Walkers from Game of Thrones. That's literally what it is. If you're the Night King is like the head of them, which I mean, we can get into how Game of Thrones ruined it, but that's a whole other story. But the hierarchy is the Night King is the head White Walker. If he turns you into a White Walker, you are then like one of the smart, fast, really strong White Walkers. If one of those White Walkers turns you after you had died, you're then just a shambling zombie. So it literally was the same exact hierarchy, except there's no women.
Well, that's
are there fetuses though?
Now what?
There's also vampire and that's an old ass like vampire and werewolf trope, like Dracula turning people and then those people turning people, and it's like you dilute the vampiric bloodline. Per se.
You guys want to know? Actually, now that we're on the subject of vampires, I'm glad you brought it up, Bert, because I never get to talk about this. There is one aspect.
Any day.
There is one Asperger. There is one aspect of vampires that they never talk about in movies anymore, and it's
onions.
It's the
garlic.
Garlic.
No, shut the fuck up, Bruce.
No more.
You know how vampires like
what
onions.
What the fuck are you Do it!
Christian Bale's mad,
Nick
bro.
instantly will die if there are vampires around.
The trope that you have to invite a vampire in before it's allowed to come in your house. I was like, they need to make a movie where that.
You know
So-
who does that? What We Do in the Shadows does
I was
that.
just about to say
I gotta
that.
watch
Nick.
that
They do
movie.
that in What We Do in the Shadows. You have to invite them into your home.
There's another big major thing that we forgot. Actually, two. With the guy Tanaka, was that Sub-Zero?
I don't think no. Oh no, it wasn't. It was not
Was it
Sub-Zero. No.
He had the same little beard, or no, not Sub-Zero, Scorpion. He was Scorpion, right?
Yeah, it might have been Scorpion.
That's what I meant, not
yeah,
Sub-Zero.
Hanzo.
The other thing was Sean Spicer.
Sean Spicer.
all of a
That's
sudden in
right.
this.
Forgot.
Oh,
Just figured I'd make a note of that. Sean Spicer was in this movie.
I will say, I love how the U.S. was about to drop a nuke on Las Vegas, and it was like the day of 4th of July to coincide with sunset. And I was just like, yeah, because the U.S. does it big. Why not make it patriotic and all that?
I do
And
love
then-
the I do love how they're
look
reading off.
cool.
They're reading off the
Because it
president's
looked
tweets.
cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Oh yeah, because it would look cool. However, I love how instead they were like, and you know, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to move it up the day before. Who moves a nuke up?
It's so dumb.
when
Like that
there's
was such bad writing.
civilians. There's
Uh-oh.
civilians there.
We
Who moves
need
a
to
nuke up?
heighten the stakes of this here movie. And then
When has the government ever done something promptly and on time?
Exactly.
Like
When have they ever done anything early? Never.
not only that, did you guys notice how there was like that was supposed to raise the stakes and like speed up the ticking clock, but not a single person acted differently at all.
No.
Like there was
Oh,
no
no.
hustle
well,
in
which
anybody's
they
step.
frequently address. He's like, "Oh, we got time." That's
Okay,
plenty of
Yeah.
time.
and
that's
we're
fine.
right-
They were
and we're
flying
right
over
back-
to go save Kate. They were like, "We have 9 minutes." 9 minutes, dude. She's gotta go. I'm sorry. There's
And-
no time.
And we're right back where I want to pick it up with the fucking ending.
Yup.
Yeah.
This
what
movie,
happened to
this
the woman?
this movie should not have ended with everybody dying and with everybody
Didn't need
getting no money and having this big like he sacrifices himself to save his daughter when she put herself in that situation, and now
And he willingly
she has
chose to go in there anyway.
poetically
Yeah.
kill her own father, which like that's not poetic. That's the world you live in. He's gonna turn into a zombie. You gotta murder him. Like
Yeah.
on this movie should have ended with them all getting out and all being rich and like ending like Cavo or something and everybody and they're like family and like all that shit. It should have ended like a Fast and the Furious movie.
I totally agree.
Quite honestly, like it
That's-
should have
that's
been a
the thing.
lighthearted action zombie movie with some horror elements and some like extreme gore. And like I said, we got that up until a certain point, and then it just fucking took a nosedive, and I can't fucking stand it anymore after that.
As soon
Dude,
as
I-
the one chick got her neck twisted.
Yes,
that was
that's
it.
that was
No,
that.
Pat-
That's the turning point.
Pat, dude, I totally agree.
Literally.
And like the thing is, like, if Dave Bautista was like, I'm turning down this job, I'm not doing it, but then he finds out that his daughter goes in and then he has to go in and save her, that would have made an arc where if he died, it would have been, correct in my mind to do this, as opposed to, yeah, let's just make a bunch of money and then everybody dies. Like it was pointless. The whole effort was fruitless. And it was just
And it
unnecessarily
would have
so.
made for a more tense situation and a more emotionally invested situation had you had Dave Bautista hiding the fact that he's going in to save his daughter from the team
Yes.
that he's leading
From the
to,
rest
to
of the
get
team.
this
Yeah,
All
money.
of a
dude, like,
sudden, Dave
yeah.
such
Bautista
better
just
writing.
and like
disappears.
here's the thing.
Wow.
I know
There's actually a movie in here
yeah,
somewhere.
and I know when I said when I started doing the podcast that I wanted to talk about movies for what they're trying to do as opposed for faulting them for what they don't accomplish or for what I
yeah.
don't want them to do. And however, in this scenario, I feel like there's so many missed opportunities to make something that would have been truly great, and maybe not great on the line of Guardians of the Galaxy or, any sort of ensemble action, like Expendables, even the first two Expendables movies. But like, even then, like I just feel like this misses that mark too.
It could have
you know?
been. It could have been 300. Like that movie was fucking beloved. I didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything for me, but I can respect that was a cinematic achievement at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This just falls flat on so many
like
levels.
to your
Yeah.
point with making it like a Fast and Furious movie, if it was that demeanor, I would have enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, and you want to know what?
100%. Just have fun.
The other thing
Yeah.
is that like I go to Zack Snyder movies now, like expecting the story to be like interesting ideas, poor execution, but I always expect for the movie like the visuals to blow my fucking mind. And I felt like for this movie, they were like just okay. You know, like not even the visuals were enough to really like Watchmen or 300, those Zack Snyder films, not amazing stories, not to any fault of the source material, but the visuals alone in those movies are fucking insane.
Well-
This I felt like was like a flat canvas for him. You know what I mean? There wasn't a bunch of green screen CGI. It was all on set. It was all in natural lighting. Obviously, they're bounce boarding that lighting, but it's just like a different style for him. You know what I mean?
I did like it not being a dark, gritty zombie movie.
Oh, that
Like, I
was
liked it being
nice. That
colorful.
was
I like
nice.
the desert landscape.
Did who said it earlier? Like that opening sequence. I would have liked to see that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny.
So like think
Yeah, that was I.
think about like imagine if it was like all the whole movie rather than it being like so much of it being in a desert or in the dark casino and like heist movie type stuff. You're seeing zombie showgirls and like the zombie Elvis and all the casino, like the
It
machines
felt like a
going
video
off.
game trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Just lean into the Vegas of it all, and just
Yeah, there was so
have all
little
that. That would have
Yeah,
been so
actually,
much more
Danny,
fun.
that's a
Yeah.
good point. Is that like for a movie set in Vegas, I felt like this could have taken place anywhere and it would have been fine. You know,
That's a great-
Anywhere
the-
like desert.
The
Yeah.
only reason that it needed to be for this story set in Vegas is that there's a bunch of money in a vault under a casino.
yeah.
And it's like you
Could've been a bank.
you understand that. Yeah, it could have been
Yeah.
a bank. Could have been anywhere.
Yep.
Actually, I haven't brought it up yet, but I did want to talk about it. The opening montage with the guy with the fuck on the tank who like fights off all the zombies, and then his last stand is holding the smoke grenade up, and you see all the drones come in.
Yeah.
That was great. I
That
fucking
was beautiful.
loved the paratroopers coming in,
Yes.
and it's
Yeah.
a
And
play.
the dude's just
It's
shooting.
a-
He's like,
it's a
"Ah."
play.
He's just
Yeah,
like
that
he's
was
like
cool.
there's no way out.
Yeah, it's
There's
a
no
play
way out
on
of
the
this.
old school paratroopers of like World War II, because those guys would just jump and who the fuck knows where they'd land. And interesting, before D-Day, the German backline found out that there was going to be the 101st Airborne would be dropping in. So they actually moved all of their anti-aircraft to like rocks, and they fucking soaked all of the fields and created swamps, some of which were almost like 5-6 feet deep. So when the paratroopers couldn't see where they were going, they would land into these fucking pools of water and immediately drown from the weight of their gear and getting caught up in their parachute and everything.
Oh.
So I feel like that is kind of the mindset they're going for, that it's like these guys are just dropping in, they don't know what they're getting into, and like some of them are just landing in city streets
mass of
full
people
of
grabbing at
zombies.
them,
Yeah.
Which I found so interesting that came. I thought the same thing, not so much all the World War II stuff, but like the fact that they were even paratrooping people in, that came towards like the end of the montage too, in
Yeah.
the beginning. Figured that would be like in the beginning where the U.S. Army is like, oh, that was a big fuck up. Instead, towards the end is when we're just gonna drop paratroopers in.
I loved it. I thought the opening montage was great, and I think that told a better story than the rest of the movie did,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Agreed.
I
Again,
do
that's
think-
that's the prequel that I want, not the sequel where the
I
one guy whose
fucking
name I don't know
was
goes
so-
to wherever he's headed.
I was so
That's the thing.
fucking
That's
invested.
that's the biggest problem I have with that. The very end where Mr. Vanderho or whatever, the dude at the very end, like he gets bitten, or so I'm assuming he gets bitten like when he's getting trapped in, or when he's like getting
He
secured in the
gets
vault.
bitten by the alpha. They just
So he-
don't
oh.
show it. That's
Yeah,
like
so he gets trapped in there, but like Dave Bautista got bit and then by the alpha, and then like 30 seconds later after the crash, like he started to turn. This dude probably was alive underneath the Rebel for Vegas for like a day or two, decides to walk, decides to drive to Utah, buys a plane, gets on it, and then just starts to feel a little bit.
Also,
cold.
how did he not die from the nuclear
Okay,
fallout
that was my
as soon as
point.
he
About that
opened
too.
up
That
the
was my
crate?
point. I was like, oh, it's great that Dieter put him in the fucking vault. However, now he's just gonna go outside and melt.
So I think I saw some there was a comment somewhere in the movie, maybe in the news, saying it was like a low yield nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Which, listen, I'm going to say technical stuff like that doesn't bother me. I'll suspend my disbelief. But like I think Pat said it really great. Like, the movie has to meet a certain line for me to give it the benefit of the doubt. So yeah. You're right. It doesn't deserve that.
It's just another thing at this point to put on the pile. Like, that's what it is.
I suspended the disbelief of the radiation poisoning.
Yeah.
I was like, that I was fine with. But again, like, it took this. I'm guessing that it was, at least 24 to 72 hours.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the lady?
What
lady in the helicopter that Kate saves?
Oh, they never
that's an
addressed
excellent.
it.
Oh,
that's an
okay.
excellent point,
All right.
Pat.
I thought I missed that.
Who the fuck knows?
I thought I missed
You
it.
don't even see her body.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You don't see her body at all. She's just, you see her, because I rewatched that scene because I was like, where the fuck is the lady? I rewatched that scene. You see her get into the front passenger seat of the helicopter. Helicopter does the whole thing. As the nuke is going, you see it go across her face and her eyes, and then it crashes. You don't see her body. You see Kate looking into the cockpit and seeing the dead pilot. You don't see the dead woman at all.
Yeah.
Fantastic point. The entire reason Kate went in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it doesn't pay off.
And then
Instead, the whole reason now is for her to just kill her father.
I love how he gives her like 50 grand and is like, this should be enough to get them out. And he's like, oh, then you got to murder me. And I like, cause she's like, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And he just goes, you don't got to do that. Like, I understand what's going on. Just shut the fuck up. Just fucking shoot. Just fucking kill me. Let's end this movie and let's get the fuck out of here.
You guys.
Where's my paycheck?
Do you guys know that they're doing a series?
No.
They're doing also a prequel to it.
Yeah.
Wait.
I hope it's the prequel of the opening montage.
Wait, like a movie prequel or like a different
They're doing
medium?
a movie. They're doing a movie prequel, which is going to be called Army of Thieves. Which is also being developed by Netflix. And then there's also...
Is it Zack Snyder, though?
It's Zack Snyder, yeah.
Is he directing?
Produced by Zack and Deborah Snyder.
Okay, yeah, but that makes sense. But is he directing? Because if he's
so
not directing,
far,
then...
I don't know. Matthias...
not in.
The Safecracker dude, he's going to direct it.
Okay. Wait, he's directing it or he's starring in it?
He's directing it. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
What?
Shiwa Golfer.
That sounds about right.
And what was the other thing they're doing? A prequel, and they're doing a TV show?
Doing a series.
My God. Is that Zack Snyder as well?
I think it's called Army of the Dead Lost Vegas.
Viva!
Oh my God. Wow, that's really sad.
Let me do some Lost Vegas, which is an animated series actually.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it's based on Army of the Dead, obviously, and it's got a lot of the same actors. Batista's in it. Tig's in it. Omari's in it, who is the guy, the black dude.
I'm in.
It does not say any. Zack's a executive producer. It doesn't say anything right now about who it's being directed.
Yeah, I don't think he'll direct
it's anime.
Series.
Animated, not anime.
No.
It is
style. It is anime.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look up this prequel. I'm interested in that. But yeah, overall, I think you guys hated it, and I thought it was like just okay until they fucking ruined it.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna give the 2 big thumbs down for this one.
The thing is,
I'm gonna give 1 thumb halfway.
I'm gonna
Also,
give
no
one
Ben
thumb
Affleck
down.
dick, so.
No Ben Affleck dick.
No Ben Affleck dick.
Hey Pat, do you
Huge
think
loss.
that exclusive article that I sent is YouTube would not approve of if I made it my background?
What's the exclusive article?
It's in the chat. The exclusive interview
Yeah,
on
you
Rotten
should
Tomatoes.
not put that. You should not do that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, you should not.
I'll put it on the
Don't
Instagram.
do that. Yeah, you
Patreon
could probably
page
put it on
is
the
what Nick's
Instagram, but
talking
don't
about.
do that. That'll be fine. All right. Well, clip of the week.
Oh, yeah, hit the
clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
God damn it, that was loud.
It's the clip of the week, baby.
God damn it, that was
Get
loud.
Friday, baby.
All right, Pat. Do you got any setup for this week?
Okay, so I just found this video.
You got to change the title. Oh, I've seen this. I have seen this one. You got to change the title of the clip. You can't let us see the title.
You're right. My bad. Okay, so
Spoilers.
yeah, this I saw this clip, and I thought it was perfect for our show. So, you guys ready?
Make sure your volume's up.
Yeah, make sure your volume's turned up.
All right, let's go.
Right. Gotta go.
It's getting a little testy on the Alpine coaster.
Uh-oh.
So he's giving him some room, you know.
Giving him some breathing room.
Yeah, you know, so
Right.
this way he can, you know, be 49
0 to
years old.
100.
Be 49 years old and enjoy an Alpine coaster correctly.
I get one vacation a year.
Yo,
This
these
is where
looks
I
like
wanna
pretty
go.
sick, I will say. These things do look
mean,
sick.
She covered some distance.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, she did move in his
It's been a long
defense.
while.
You know? Look at this. Like, look at these turns and shit.
That is sick.
Yeah, we should go
Are
do...
you?
I don't know what an alpine coaster is.
Yeah, we
but-
should go do this. We should do
I
this
would
this
do
summer.
it.
Here we go.
I'm all for this. Oh.
So, obviously, he gave her a little love tap to get her going.
A little love tap.
A double-footed
Do you guys...
love tap.
Hold on, do you guys hear what he said? Listen,
Wait,
listen,
what did he say?
Listen,
Just
listen,
no, don't talk over it because it'll fuck up the audio.
listen.
What the fuck?
Ready? Ready? Guys,
Oh! Oh no!
Dude, is she knocked out?
he kicked the shit out of the back of her car.
Oh my god!
Oh, dude, she's down. Look at her.
She is out.
He's quiet now. He realized.
Oh yeah, he knows he fucked up. Oh no!
Is he gonna kick her? Is he
Oh,
still?
I didn't see that she was knocked out
There-
when I
Wait, back it up and listen to what he says.
when.
Right at that point where he realizes that she's out.
No, go a little
Too
further.
way too far. Way too far.
Keep going. Keep
Keep
going.
going.
Keep
All
going.
right.
Around here.
all right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where it was. It was right there. I just walked over
Yeah.
it. Hold on.
Yep.
Shit, she doesn't look too good.
Yeah, no
She doesn't
shit,
look
asshole.
Too good.
You fucking idiot. Let's keep going. I love how the
He's
people.
literally recording the evidence.
Shit.
That's assault, brother.
Shit.
I better get off the fucking Alpine coaster before the feds come get me.
Just off into the woods.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's still out.
I don't know. We're gonna see.
God.
Oh, I thought he was gonna ram right into her again. That would have been fucking sick.
God.
Oh,
So
he
what's an
knows-
alpine coaster?
So
folks? Do you
for
have control
people
over
who
the
are
speed?
So for people who are listening, this is a video of a guy going down an Alpine coaster behind this lady who is not going fast enough for his thrill seeking. So he like kicks her from behind and fucking knocks her out
is
cold.
not the
Kicks
right-
her at, yeah, he rammed into her at like
That's it. Like, why does he call her a lousy bitch? Like, what happened? You know what I
she's
mean?
going too slow.
Was there some buildup like on the line between these two that this happened, or is she literally just going too slow?
Oh, here
this
we go.
guy
On.
is screaming like a maniac.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
Fuck,
whiplash.
that is fucking.
Also, there's a dude in front of her, so like she's limited to how fast she can go.
Yeah, you know, and
So she kind of just gets all of that.
let's be real, homeboy ain't exactly moving. All right.
Yeah.
POV wants to fucking move, and they are not allowing for it.
Dude, he's got the boots. You see, he's ready for it. She's in like her casual Saturday clothes. This
Here
guy's
comes,
like,
here
let me put
comes.
on my hiking, kicking boots.
This is just like on a whim. Someone invited her to go here. This guy woke up with the intention to go on this
This
coaster.
guy woke up and chose violence.
This is a Tinder date.
Exactly.
What, Nick?
Wait a second. I found the full 8-minute video on YouTube.
Hold on, listen to this
What
right here.
the-
Listen.
This man has some rage issues.
Pat, I don't know if you want to try and pull this up, but here's the original video where it shows beyond the part that we saw.
Oh, okay, hold on. Give me a
So
second.
it goes a little bit further.
So it goes further, yeah.
It gets to
Yeah.
like them getting off the ride.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
This is worth it. This is worth
This
it.
is cringeworthy. I love it.
I love that. We're gonna get some. I guess we can say
Strike.
Some playoff.
I don't think we're gonna get a strike, but we're definitely towing the React Lord line right now.
Okay, so I'm
For
watching
sure.
this on mine right here.
Oh, wait, hold on. Why don't we have a trailer react for... Okay. All right, that's fine. Whatever you want. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second so I can
Also,
pull...
it looks like this video is from 2013.
Oh, it's that old.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it
No,
was older, too.
Now, I mean, like, I guess let's break it down. So she lost consciousness. How fast
Yep.
do you start going on those things? What speed can you really reach on those?
I would say this dude's zipping.
Yeah. Let's actually, let's see what kind of speed do you hit on an alpine coaster?
Pat,
30
you're-
miles an hour you can hit.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Up to that.
She just
you know,
got
and-
rear-ended.
Dude, that's the thing. If you get rear-ended, like even if he's going 20 miles an hour and like, you know, with the intent that he's coming up behind her and like pushing and kicking, like damn straight, there's no back support on that. She doesn't have a headrest. She's gonna get whiplash.
All right, boys.
That is going fast. But yeah,
If
no,
you-
that's a good point. She doesn't have a headrest behind her.
Do you
She's
notice
just getting whipped
The-
back.
All right,
the
all right.
name of the video is No Brakes? It has no brakes in there. He's like covering for himself.
With no brakes crash, even though he clearly like brakes at certain points and slows
All right,
down.
let's move up a little bit.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
at the
we're gonna-
yelling phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, go at like 7 minutes, Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
this
think
is
this
this
is
is
good.
the perfect spot. Right.
Oh,
around-
okay.
Oh, okay, hold on. I want to hear what he
All right.
says
This
when he
guy
gets
must
up
just be
behind her.
thinking, he was like, this is going to be so awkward when I get off this.
I'm going to jail.
Yeah, oh yeah. This is straight up assault.
Yeah, when he gets off the ride.
What the fuck
Oh,
are
I-
you doing?
Oh, fuck. He's double downing.
Yep.
He's doubling down. Double downing.
Oh, hit her. You know you want to.
Don't
He knows he's not. He shouldn't though.
fucking do it. Yes.
I can't believe he doubled down.
How's he double down?
He just yelled at her. He said, "What are you doing?"
Oh, that
Yeah,
was the
he was
Christian
like,
Bale
"What are
drop.
you doing?"
That was-
Oh!
Oh! You can't do drops during the tip of the week.
Check out the video
Hold on.
description.
Let's see what he.
Cretin injures child on ride.
Oh,
this is a
how old
child?
is she?
Yeah.
She probably looks like she's like maybe like young 20s. Or
All right,
something.
I want to see him get
Yeah.
off the ride. What happens?
Wait,
Nothing.
It's not
Okay.
nothing.
It's anticlimactic.
Oh, there are people waiting.
You know he just wants to tap the back of that.
Oh, that would have been great.
Oh, she looks little.
looks like a
Damn.
kid, yeah.
So wait,
Yeah,
it's nothing.
that's a kid.
That's it. Nothing happens.
That's it. They walk away.
Wow.
Walk
Dude, she
away.
blacked out. She doesn't even know what day of the week it is
a
anymore.
worse
She's not gonna
ending.
be able to confront anybody.
That was a
Oh
worse.
my
That was a
God.
worse ending than Army of the Dead.
No, shut the fuck up.
At least there's some
No,
confrontation
shut
there.
the fuck up, Bruce.
All right.
Damn.
So, with that said, thanks everybody for tuning in and watching tonight. You can get the audio version of this on every single major podcast app. Like this video, share it with your friends if you like it, and hey, tell your friends about the show if you enjoy listening to it. We'd love to, bore more people. So,
We love you.
Let us know if you liked Army of the Dead.
yeah. And
Or if you didn't.
listen, don't forget that
Tear me apart, Lisa.
we'll see you next week. Oh no, wait, we're off next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.